bloodlust of a population who'd been on the receiving end of horrific violence once too often, the heads may initially have been carried off as macabre trophies, mantelpiece curiosities, or perhaps placed on pikes around the village to ward off those who might show up later to exact revenge. If so, the heads were eventually returned to the burial site probably about the same time that they began to rot and stink. That would make a lot of sense. But archaeologists also found that the cuts and strike marks on the Vikings were all delivered from the front and that they were already dead, which disproved the notion that they'd been ripped apart by a violent mob or killed in battle. On the contrary, the precise nature of the wound seemed to show that they'd been ritually slaughtered, as in sacrificed, albeit in a manner not previously seen in the region. Whatever their motivation for such wanton butchery, it's one of the few incidents in recorded history in which Vikings were the one who ended up without their heads, because this ghoulish distinction was, well, usually reserved for their